beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's reading, if you're interested in booking coaching calls or tarot readings, my website is in the description box where you can do that. Now let's get into this reading. So today's reading is going to be for those of you who are single, whether you just got out of a long-term relationship or just got out of a relationship, or you've been single for a while, or maybe you've been in and out of relationships. Either way, there's going to be a message here for you. I'm going to include the reading breakdown right here so you can see what we'll go through during this reading. I also got a quick collective message to express yourself. Communicate your needs and your wants and your desires, whether that's to the universe, to God, to source, whatever you believe in, to a potential partner, to yourself even. And the collective message I'm getting here is to communicate and express yourself. So now let's get into your piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here we have the crystals. For pile 1, we have a rose quartz heart. For pile 2, we have a selenite heart. And for pile 3, we have an opalite heart. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that is going to be your reading. If you're being drawn to multiple piles, be sure to check that out. Timestamps will be listed in the description box. And now let's head into the readings. Hello, pile 1, you've chosen the rose quartz heart. We're going to keep your crystal right here. And before we get into the tarot portion of this, I actually got a few strong messages, so let's just get into them. When I was shuffling your deck to prepare it for this reading, the first cut, I got the Sun and the Lovers. So right off the bat, that tells me that there's this major transformation happening within you right now through this time of you being single. And I feel like you've been going through a forgiveness process of forgiving any past hurts or anybody from your past that may have hurt you. And also I feel the sense that you're forgiving yourself for anything that you may have done to somebody else or even to yourself. I just strongly feel this sense of forgiveness, and that you've been going through this process of forgiveness and healing. And like the fact that we have the Sun and the Lovers as your first cut, like I was just blown away. I was like, whoa. This is amazing. Like I just get the sense that you're doing great, even if you can't see it. I get the sense that you are doing great. And for those of you who are actively manifesting a new relationship or a relationship, I get the sense that you're well on your way to receiving it. And this journey has really been about you coming to heal parts of your, like the inner parts of yourself, and really heal like you and focus on loving yourself. Like that's also a big thing with rose quartz here too. It's like self-love is huge right now, and I really get the sense that like that's one of the things that you've been working through and working on, and Spirit's almost acknowledging that like we see you, we see all the work and the dedication that you've been putting in to up level, to heal yourself, and to come to love yourself, to prioritize your needs, and to just kind of like stand in your power and in your light and radiate that light. So I just love that that came through for you guys. Before we get into the actual tarot portion, I already said that, but let's look at your oracle cards. So these are your advice and messages from Spirit. I really felt strongly to take this first. And we're going to look at the guidebook for these, but we have Spirit Quartz, which is 54, and 54 breaks into a 9. So I get the sense that you guys right now, through this time of being single, you are transforming and changing on such a massive level, and that it's shaping your foundation to actually hold space for what you want in relationships. And this doesn't have to be romantic relationships either. This could be a relationship with yourself, your family, your friends. Like I just get the sense of relationships in general, but definitely for romantic relationships, you guys have been putting in a lot of work to change and to heal and to like build a sturdy foundation. So this old cycle is really coming to an end right now. So any patterns and any old cycles that you have noticed are coming to an end. And I also find it interesting that you got spirit quartz here, and I felt compelled to put the rose quartz on your pile. So definitely, if you have rose quartz, it would be great to keep it with you during this time. Or if you have quartz in general, I feel that would be really good to keep with you. Then we have our ancient future, which, I mean, I get a few different things with this. Just with 39, 2 breaking into a 3, I also get the sense that there's going to be some forgiveness, like we said, happening. Maybe somebody is going to apologize to you. I feel like you're reconciling in a relationship. Not to say that you have to, that like, if this is a past relationship and you don't want it anymore, I just feel like you're reconciling and letting go of any old pains. And for some of you, this could be a past relationship coming back where you guys are reconciling and having a new beginning. Either way, I also feel like something to do with your past lives is coming through here. So I feel like you're breaking cycles from your past lives as well. We then have flow and standstill. So with these two, it almost like gives me the message of like allowing for flow to happen, allowing for your life, like sometimes the flow is slower and sometimes the flow is quicker. So wherever your flow is at this moment, just allow it to be. If you feel at a standstill in relationships, if you feel like you haven't had a relationship, or if you feel like you've been single for a while, it's almost like calling you to embrace that, because by thoroughly embracing it, you're going to notice that flow return to you, that you end up in such a flow state that you're like magnetic and people are just being drawn to you. We're going to look at the guidebooks for all of these cards. So let's start with Spirit Quartz. This might be a little bit of a long reading, but every time I try to do short readings, it doesn't work. So here we are. Okay, so Spirit Quartz, connecting to community, universal love, harmony, and cooperation. We heal in partnership. The strong lifting up the weak, taking turns supporting each other. When this crystal spirit appears, the message is to reach out and connect to your community and discover the true power of your gifts through sharing them with others. Your willingness to put the highest good ahead of the wants of your small self is called for now. Reciprocity does not mean keeping a ledger, but instead feeling the power of offering kind words and acknowledgments. You have the power to change the lives of others and awaken them to the abundance and love available from the conscious universe who works through us all. I really get the sense that this is you also stepping into your purpose and your and again, like we said, stepping into your power. Love takes many different forms, and Spirit Quartz appears to remind you that romantic love is just one possible way to experience the love that the conscious universe has for you. In connecting to community, remember the abundance of love and its power to heal and you change your wait. Oh my god. In connecting to community, remember the abundance of love and its power to heal, and you change your vibration. Well, I don't know why that is so difficult for me to read. Okay, you also signal to the universe that from your head to your toes, from your body to your soul, you are ready for a healthy romantic partnership. Be open to the different ways love appears, and you will find that you are not so attached to the old expectations of the clothes it should be wearing or the voice it uses when it comes to your door. This is so spot on with what I was feeling for you. Yeah, definitely just embracing your light and being in your own light, giving to others, is going to end up filling you back up. There are times to hold on tight to the shore, and there are times to enter the flow. Notice where life is going and move in that direction. Watch for signs and follow them. Don't resist. When you go with the flow, your life force expands and healing on all level abounds. This is also the time to release old limiting patterns, forgive, and let go of the need to be right about your beliefs. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're being self-critical or judgmental. When you enter the flow with gratitude and love, you will find blessings surrounding you. You will enter into a state of grace and healing will abound. Literally, what I was feeling is there is definitely a lot of forgiveness and a lot of like healing happening here in your guys' pile. I get the sense that many of you have already been doing this, and it's working its magic basically. If it feels that some areas of your life has slowed down or even come to a standstill, you are right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what isn't working in your life, and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into mud, the worst thing to do is to struggle. The best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. I hope I said that right. I feel like if you do feel that you've been stuck, for many of you, I get the sense that this is exactly what you're working through, that you are literally healing through these things. Anything that has been keeping you stuck, you've been very honest with yourself, I get the sense, and you've been doing this work to face yourself and look in the mirror. And that might be why on your first cut we had the Sun and the Lovers. It's like you're looking to face yourself and heal through that. Now let's look at this one, which was 39. Wisdom from indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the keys for the future, ancient remembering bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up, timeless power symbols, activations for powerful shifts. Let's see. This card is imbued with activations for a new paradigm. You are now being showered with blessings in preparation for a transformation. It may be turbulent at times, but you will grow and heal through the coming journey. Partake in activities that help you drop into a meditative state as often as possible. Use clearing tools to raise your vibration and don't get caught up on the destination. Focus on the journey and the experience. You can navigate a situation you have no experience with by being truly present. Integrity and intuition will be your guide. So I also get with this one that you're being called to do some ancestral healing as well, and like we were talking about with the forgiveness and stuff, so just continue doing your forgiveness work is the message that I hear. Continue forgiving yourself, continue to go through your healing, because it's actually bringing you closer to that relationship that you want. And now this card is to represent who you are transforming into through this time of being single. And we have the Cosmic Egg, pile 1. This is powerful. The Cosmic Egg is all about, this is a spirit card, and these cards are incredibly powerful, but the Cosmic Egg is deep level transformation. The snake also represents transformation, because snakes shed their skin and come through it on the other side. I also feel with all these different colors, it's your chakras are really being activated, and it's almost like you're just really stepping into the most powerful version of you through this time of being single. I had to sneeze twice, so that's definitely a confirmation. And also, this is a superstition, I guess, in my family or in the Indian culture. It's when you sneeze twice, somebody's thinking about you. So I get the sense that somebody is on your mind and you are on somebody else's mind. But either way, that's also confirmation that this Cosmic Egg represents you. With an egg too, I think of a rebirth and being born again, or just coming out of your shell. So I feel who you're transforming into as well during this time is somebody who no longer hides behind a shell. You allow yourself to be seen. You fully embrace who you are, and you don't really care anymore how people perceive you. You just embrace who you are, and you walk this path in your full radiance is what I hear. Cosmic egg. Completion, harmony. I just saw 4-4. Wow. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. If I can get to the next page. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. The cosmic egg and the seventh chakra. The subtle essence of the cosmic egg resides at the crown chakra at the top of your head, called Sahasrara. One of the aims of yoga and meditation practice is to channel energy from the base of the spine upwards towards Sahasrara. Oh my god. Oh. Sahasrara. My family would be so disappointed. Sahasrara. Each of the 6 lower chakras plays an important role along this journey, and once the final epicenter of consciousness is activated, it is said to radiate the light of 1,000,000 suns. So, what did I say about radiating? Like, you are literally radiating your light. You don't care anymore. You're standing in your radiance through this. Like, that's who you're becoming. And for many of you, I get the sense that, like, you're, like, right there. You're so close to this. Some of you might already kind of be there, like you might actually be experiencing this, but either way, this is like what your journey is transforming you into through this time of being single. So now let's actually get into your tarot cards. We're going to look at what you're being called to focus on during this time of being single. Pile 1, spirit guides, what are they being called to focus on during this time? Also, thank you so much for watching this reading. I really love your guys' support on this channel, and I love doing these tarot readings. So now let's get into these cards. So what you're being called to focus on right now is 9 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. So for many of you, I get the sense that you're being called to focus on being seen, allowing yourself to be seen. Maybe if you have like ideas or projects, creative projects, ideas, it doesn't even have to be creative, it could just be anything. Allow that to be seen. Put yourself out there is what I hear. For some of you, this could be in terms of dating as well. Like maybe you're being called to put yourself out there in terms of dating, like to come out of your shell, to come out of your egg. But for many of you, I get the sense to focus on your material world, focus on building up your stability to your finances and being seen, allowing yourself to be seen. I feel like getting one more card for this. Can we get one more card for this? The 3 of Cups. So yeah, healing any friendships too. I kind of get the sense of like if there's been any friendships that you've like had a falling out with, or any friendships that have kind of like hurt you or burnt you in the past, it's really calling you right now to heal through those things. Not that you should expect forgiveness from them, or that you should expect them to apologize if there's like, depending on your situation, but rather you can heal through these things alone, and you can forgive them and yourself for any wrongdoings, any like hurts. Basically, the message here is to focus on your material world, your finances, your job, your career, your passions and pursuits, putting yourself out there, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing your creative ideas and your projects to be seen. So like if you are working, let's say you're working at a job and you have a really good idea about how how things can, like, you have a good idea to like streamline something or make something more functional or whatever the idea is, allow your idea to be seen. Don't just hold back. And I get the sense of like, allow your idea to be seen by being the one to bring it up. So like if you're in a meeting, bring it up while all those people are there. Let yourself be seen, let your voice be heard is another thing that's coming through. Let your voice be heard. Don't hold yourself back. So that's something that you're really being called to focus on right now, is allowing yourself to be heard and seen and recognized, and pouring into your material world. And with the cat, it's also like reminding me of having fun. Like, have fun with your material world. Obviously your finances are your own. Everybody's finances are for them to decide. But I get the sense of like, what's the point in having money if you're not enjoying it? And I don't mean to be reckless, obviously, like, take this as it resonates, but like, if you're just saving for a rainy day, always saving for a rainy day, and then never enjoying your life right now, it could kind of be off-putting, and it can like dampen your energy or your spirit. So like, within reason, obviously, in balance, enjoy your life, do what you can. That doesn't even have to mean like spending a whole lot of money. That could just be like taking yourself out, going on a trip or something like that. And then healing any past, for some reason friendships was coming through really strongly. So I feel the sense that like there's a friendship here that that needs some type of forgiveness, that maybe there's been some mystery around, because when I felt strongly to cut the deck here and the moon popped up. So like, it could be that there was a lot of like hidden things. Maybe you felt there was a lot of secret keeping, and maybe there was like if you were in a group of friends, they could have been very secretive about things or doing some like shady things. I feel like that could have happened too, and it might have left you feeling like left out or burnt or hurt in some way. And I just get the sense of like releasing that and moving on from that and healing from that is really going to help you in your own life journey, and also in your relationship to yourself, building that self-love, but also in the relationship with any significant other that you may come across later on. Wow, this candle is making so much noise right now, which it usually doesn't. So I feel like that's confirmation for this, like allowing your voice to be heard, speaking up, and allowing yourself to be seen. And if there is any like annoying, like frustrating things going on right now, it's really calling you to acknowledge those things. Is there any like buzzing noise, that like chatter, or like things that just keep coming up that are kind of annoying and frustrating, like that little annoying fly that just doesn't want to go away? That it's a time to address that right now as well. And address any like cycles and patterns that you may have found yourself in. Maybe any patterns that have been repeating, any cycles you feel like have been repeating. It's the time to like address all of that. So let's also see what lessons you're meant to be learning during this time. What lessons is pile 1 meant to be learning at this time? Ooh. And because every time that a card comes out like face down like this, I really get the sense that like you may not necessarily see these things unfolding right now, or maybe you're meant to be learning these lessons on a not so like forward, if that makes sense, not so like outright, but it's more of like on an internal, like a deeper level. We have the 4 of Cups. I'm getting a few things with this, like being okay with boredom, sitting in boredom. Maybe that's also one of the messages coming through with this candle going crazy right now. It's like you may not have been giving yourself enough time to sit without distractions and sit in the boredom and allow the silence and the stillness. With standstill too, it's like allow the silence and the stillness to kind of like just be, and just be present with that silence and that stillness. Like, you don't always need somebody. I feel like the lesson you're meant to be learning here is that you don't always need somebody with you, that you don't always need a friend or a partner or anybody in your life. Like, it's really asking you to come back to you, to be your source of support and your source of strength. Of course, it's nice when other people are there, and like, we are social creatures, so obviously we want to have that, like, that social interaction and be around people. But I really get the sense that one of the lessons you're meant to learn through this time is to like be okay with your own presence, to embrace your own presence, and to embrace this the slowness, the boredom, the stillness, and also to take opportunities when they come, to open yourself up to taking opportunities even if they didn't look necessarily like what you thought they would look like. So an example that's coming to me is like, let's say somebody approaches you and they're not your usual type, and there's, you know, like, obviously if you feel very strongly like a no, then don't. But like, if you feel intrigued by this person but they're not usually what you go for, just see where it goes, try it out. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. That's kind of the message that's coming through, is like, you're meant to learn that there's nothing wrong with exploring it if you feel intrigued by it, even if it doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like. Let's see what else, what other, oops. The Ace of Wands. So working on your passions, I feel like the lesson you're meant to learn is to be your own, like we were saying, be your own source of strength, be your own source of inspiration, be your own, like, fuel to your fire. Light your own life up. And I also get the sense that, like, for some of you, you might be, by the way, like, if you are interested in learning about the cards of destiny, or if you know about them, if you see yourself in here, like, take this as a confirmation that this is your pile. But even if you don't, that doesn't mean this isn't. I just, for some reason, that came to me right now. But and I feel like the reason it came to me is maybe the lessons you're learning is in alignment with your card, in alignment with your birth chart, or your you know, your tarot birth card as well. That could be a possibility. I have this sense that, like, with the Ace of Wands, the lesson you're meant to be learning here is how to be independent in terms of not needing another person to pour into you, but being grateful and receptive when they want to pour into you. Being grateful and receptive when people want to pour into you, and receiving with that love, but not feeling like you need to desperately cling on to another person. So maybe this, for some of you, the lesson that you're learning through this is also healing codependency. Any codependency, any unhealthy attachments, you guys could be working through that as well. And the interesting thing coming up right now with this Ace of Wands is like, a butterfly, when it comes out of its cocoon, has to sit on its cocoon for a little bit before it can actually fly off. So I almost feel like right now the lesson you're meant to be learning is to, like, sit still and integrate all the things that you have learned so far, all the healing that you've done so far. Allow things to integrate, and just kind of take this time to be slower and to just embrace this standstill. Let's see one more card on lessons you're meant to be learning. One more card for pile one. We have Judgment. Wow, I love this. I get the sense that you're meant to be learning to be a better judge of character, and to not judge people based on their outward, like external appearance, in the sense, not like just external appearance like how they dress, but like how the show they put on externally, but rather use your intuition and use your feeling to get a sense of this person, to see if they're actually honest with how they're showing up. I feel like you're learning lessons on how to judge people based on the unsaid, or like what wasn't said, versus what the outward appearance that they're putting on. And I hope that's making sense, because like the vision I'm getting is like peeling back the layers of who somebody is to see them at their core, and like to see their intentions at the core, not to see the mask, because we all in some way, shape, or form will put a mask on, you know, throughout our lives. So it's like sometimes those masks can be deceiving, and because it's not like an actual representative or representation of how that person is feeling or their true intentions. So I get the sense that you're really learning to make judgments based on how your intuition is guiding you and how you're feeling about that person. So if you strongly feel like this person, there's something here, like I don't feel like they're being 100% honest, you're going with that, even if there isn't any evidence to show you, or to like any physical evidence to prove that. I really get the sense that you're learning how to tap into your intuition and trust your intuition. One huge thing that's coming up with Judgment and the Ace of Wands here is like not to be so overly critical of your ideas, of your passions, of the things you want to pursue, or even the people that you want to pursue or that you entertain, like not being so overly critical. Because something that's coming to me is like in relationships, especially like friendships, romantic relationships, whatever, sometimes the people that we're drawn to or the people that we're attracted to doesn't always make sense. Like logically, it may not always make sense, and you know, your family may not like it, and the other people around you may not like it. But if this person is vibing with you and you feel drawn to them and you feel like a connection with them, then don't be so overly critical based on what you feel the outside world is going to think. But trust in your intuition, trust in your guiding light, that it's guiding you towards this person for a reason, or it's guiding you towards this area for a reason, or you had this desire for a reason, you had this creative spark for a reason. And so a lesson that you're really meant to learn right now is to like trust you and not to be overly critical based on what you think other people are going to say about it or react. They're allowed to have their judgments and their opinions, and you're allowed to have yours, but ultimately you're learning to trust your intuition. Now let's see who or what. Actually, I want to get this deck to see who or what is coming your way. Pile one, who or what? Ooh. We have Cancer, so maybe a Cancer sign, sun, moon, or rising, but this could also be somebody born with 16, somebody born in July, on the 16th, but with, I feel, it's like who or what is coming your way is somebody you feel drawn to, somebody you feel a connection with, a deep soul level connection is kind of what I'm hearing. Somebody that you cannot explain why you feel drawn to this person, but you just know you do, that there's something here to explore. And with this coming up here, obviously this is a timeless reading, but right now when I'm filming this, we're in Gemini, about to enter, well, not about to, but we will be entering Cancer season. So perhaps this is happening for you in Cancer season. Yeah, that's, I feel like soulmate energy with this. Also kind of interesting that we had the moon come up when I cut the deck. So the other card that came out is the third house with messages. So somebody's definitely coming in strong here. maybe the person that's coming in is going to be expressing their feelings more. They're going to be more expressive to you. And this might be somebody from your past, but it could also just be somebody you don't know, a new person coming in who is sure of themselves and is sure of their feelings and is expressing that to you. I feel like open communication. So this person, whoever this person is that's coming in, is going to be very expressive and very communicative with you. And they're not going to leave any room for doubt. And I also feel that you, because of the transformation that you have gone through, are being more communicative, asking the questions, whatever questions come up, I feel like you're asking them, and you're just generally not allowing there to be any like miscommunication or misunderstanding simply because you're afraid to ask questions. No, like I get the sense that you're just asking those questions, like if, whatever this person is, this is a very open relationship. Open in the sense that like you guys are open with each other, you're open and honest with each other. If this is a past relationship, it's like this transformation that you've gone through is allowing you to be open and honest in this relationship, no longer hold back your feelings, and communicate and express yourself freely. So now, do I want to add tarot to this, or we'll get one card from this to see who or what is coming your way. Who or what is coming pile one's way? Oh no, I gotta know. Pile one. I love this for you guys. Romance is coming your way. And this could be you also romancing yourself. With energy at the bottom of the deck, I also get the sense that like your energies are being revitalized through this. But you could be romancing yourself, taking yourself out, really treating yourself. But I strongly feel that somebody is coming in here and it's going to be a beautiful relationship. And it's very like heartfelt, and there's a lot of passion I feel coming through as well. But before any of that, like I get the sense that like this person that's coming through is going to express their desire and their feelings and just be open and vulnerable with you. I feel like the two of you are being very open and vulnerable with each other, and it's allowing you guys to connect on a really deep level. I don't know why, but I feel called to take one to see who or what is coming your way. We have Five of Swords. So with Five of Swords, I get the sense of like a past relationship, but this could be a new thing too, where you guys are learning to heal through conflict. So this person that's coming through is also helping you to heal through conflict. It's almost like you're learning how to work through any conflicts together, helping each other to heal and to forgive, whether that's forgiving each other or forgiving other people. Communication, again with the Five of Swords, it's like clearing up any miscommunication. And just this person, it's like I feel they're coming in to clear up any miscommunication. If this is an old person, if this is a new person, you guys are being able to communicate even when there might be tough conversations that seem combative, or like where either one of you feels like retreating or like going back into your shell is what I hear. This relationship, it's like you guys are helping each other to come out of your shell and to not retreat when you feel this combativeness or this like fear of communication. It's almost like you guys are just healing together is the biggest thing. Like you've done your healing, and now with this person you guys are gonna be like taking things to a whole nother level. And I also get the sense that Stingray, so this person might be in Stingray energy. They may be a water sign or an air sign with 5 of Swords. They could be an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, any one of those. Yeah, let's see. I feel like taking these to end this. I might take one more deck to end this reading, but let's get an affirmation for you during this time. Pile 1 spirit guides, what affirmation do you have for them? Thank you. We have, I release control of my plans to make way for my destiny. So maybe some of you, like with that soulmate's energy that I was picking up, I get the sense that maybe some of you, this is like, you're feeling like this is like destiny. This is like divinely guided. And it was interesting that I felt called to mention the cards of destiny in your reading, which I normally don't, it doesn't pop up, but because it came up, I felt like I needed to mention it. Honoring my boundaries is not selfish, and that is so true. Like when you honor your boundaries, you give the other person permission to honor their boundaries. And by honoring your boundaries, you can also reciprocate that to the other person and respect and honor their boundaries. And they learn to respect and honor your boundaries. So yeah, honoring boundaries it's not selfish. It's actually just important. I don't know how else to put it. And I do feel called to get one more card to end your guys' reading off this deck. Let's see what comes up for you, pile 1. I have loved your reading, pile 1. And I'm really happy for you guys. Like, I really feel strongly that there's a beautiful romantic relationship coming in for you through this time. Explore and travel. So explore this relationship, whatever it is that comes in, even if it doesn't seem like your usual type or whatever, like explore it, but also in your personal life, unless of course your intuition is telling you no, then don't. But I also feel like you're just going to be exploring more about yourself. You're going to be traveling too. For some of you, you might meet this person through traveling. Thank you. I felt called to get one more. We have dance. So take time to dance and like free your energies through dance. Allow your energies to be released through dance. And yeah, explore, travel, and dance. I feel like that's like this energy here of like get out, be seen by the world, allow people to see you, allow people to hear your beautiful voice. I'm actually getting one more message from your spirit guides. They want you to explore your own dance, your own rhythm, the rhythm of your own, or the rhythm of your life. They want you to explore the rhythm of your life and explore your own sensuality and your own energy, your own fire and your own passionate energy. Learn more about yourself is what's coming through. Like really take this time to learn about you. What lights your soul up? What ignites your passions? What do you like in relationships? What don't you like? Explore all of those things and really like explore your own rhythm. The dance of two people, like I think of like the divine masculine and divine feminine dance. When those two come together, yeah, sure, they're individually dancing, but they're dancing in unison. But in order for that to happen, first, the two individuals need to come into unison in their own energy. They need to be able to align with their own rhythm and find their own rhythm. So I kind of get the sense that like the message that's coming through from your spirit guides is to find your own rhythm, dance to your own tune, and then when you meet that person, the two of you can work together to like combine your tune, align your tunes. But this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading. I genuinely loved this, and I hope that you embrace this new beginning that's coming your way in this new relationship, or maybe an old relationship for some of you, I don't know. But yeah, I really am wishing you all the best of luck. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. You've chosen the Selenite Heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And before we get into the tarot, a few messages came through, right before I started your reading. The first thing that came through was to take care of yourself right now, care for your needs, balance. I was really hearing balance. So like, even when you do enter a relationship, be sure to keep it balanced, take care of your needs, express your needs, be open and communicate whatever is coming up. But yeah, definitely don't lose yourself in relationships, because for some reason I felt called to mention that, like, maybe there's a cycle or pattern or tendency to lose yourself in relationships and then pull back because you feel like you've given too much. And then, like, there could be that sort of pattern maybe. And so, I really feel strongly called to mention that, like, try and find that happy medium, find that balance of like pouring into yourself, giving yourself what you need. And then, also pouring into the relationship, but not out of this need to like keep people around to validate you or to help you feel some type of way. And then the other thing that came up is like, when I was shuffling your cards, I got this message of like, through this time of healing and growth, you're gaining a lot of clarity, because I saw the Ace of Swords, and also on the first cut I saw the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles. So it gave me the sense of like, through this time of healing and growth, you're gaining clarity on what you want in love, in a romantic relationship, in relationships in general, what you want from the relationship with yourself, how to treat yourself. And I also get the sense that like, your understanding of love is changing, and some of you could be manifesting a romantic connection or a partnership, and I really feel like you're deepening your understanding of what you want out of that. And now let's get into your oracle cards. And let me just say, Pile 2, you had so many oracle cards. Like, they just kept wanting to come out and they were like flying. And so yeah, we have a lot here. We got a lot. This is basically just like any messages and advice from spirit, any messages that wanted to come through from your spirit guides. So I feel called to start from here. So we have Beyond the Mind. So one of the first things that's coming up with 20, also 20 is like judgment energy. So maybe you need to step outside of your mind a little bit. Perhaps you've been too much in your mind. Maybe you're trying to think of relationships too logically, and through this time of like being single and stuff, it's really calling you to kind of start stepping away from your mind when it comes to relationships, because relationships are a little interesting in the sense that our mind can't always we can't always use our mind. We can't always be logical in relationships because they're not entirely logical. We have home here. So for some of you, this could be like coming back to a sense of home, finding your heart space, like truly tapping into your heart space. And maybe for others of you, this could be like connecting to somebody who feels like home, who your energy feels very safe with, who you feel very like drawn to and connected to. Some of you could have been getting lots of dreams about somebody. If this deals with somebody from the past, or take that message as it resonates, obviously. But some of you might be getting dreams about somebody. And like, the interesting thing about this card that's coming up is like, she's popping out of a heart, opening her heart. It's like heart inception, pointing to the star in her heart. So I really feel like you guys are coming to this place of really embracing your heart space, embracing your desire in a relationship, and almost coming back to home keeps coming up. So and the other thing that's coming up is like where they say the home is where the heart lies or something like that. I might be butchering that, but like I'm pretty sure that's how it's said. I don't remember exactly, but basically the message here that's coming through is like you're really figuring out that home is where your heart that was the saying. Home is where your heart lies. And so I get the sense that you guys are tapping into your heart space. Maybe for some of you this could be like heart chakra activation. I also feel a lot of crown chakra activation here, so possibly like your heart and your crown chakra are activating. And then we have transformation with 8, which I felt that because when I was pulling for these cards, and this is like who you're transforming into, so many cards wanted to come out. Like it was just all the decks for your pile were going wild. So I really feel there's a lot of energy here. There's like a surge of movement happening with transformation too. I'm going to read the guidebook for all of this. So yeah, we're going to actually see what the guidebook has to say. But also, if you notice, there's a lot of blue energy here in your guys's, just with these cards anyways. So blue and purple represent the third eye and the crown chakra, as well as our throat chakra. So for some of you, this could be exploring how to communicate your true feelings to somebody. Maybe you... Wow, this is coming through strong. Maybe for some of you, you guys have feelings about somebody, and it's calling you to express those feelings, to step into that, and to like just express how you're feeling to that person, because they may not know. And like if you never say anything, like the example that's coming to me is like, I was hearing this story about how two people who liked each other never said anything to each other. And then one person got into a relationship and got married, and because that other person couldn't take it any longer, they were friends, because that other person couldn't take it any longer, they spoke up to that person, and then that person was like, I liked you too, but you never said anything. You never, like, I thought that we were just friends, you know, I didn't know if you like it. I didn't know you felt that way. So, you know, the feeling, like what's coming through here is that you need to express your feelings. If you feel some type of way about somebody, let them know. Express yourself. Tell them how you're feeling, because they may not know, and there could be like a misunderstanding there. That may only apply for some of you. But in general, with your pile, I get the sense that like learning to express your feelings to people is really big right now, or big in general. And I just feel like this time of being single is really transforming you. I feel like you're ascending in so many ways. It's like a deep inner transformation that you're going through right now. A metamorphosis is what I'm hearing. Let's see what else we have. We have going forward. So there's a lot of forward movement here happening, even if you don't necessarily see it right now. And maybe this journey of being single has been a long one, or like there's been a lot of like being in and out of relationships, or maybe you've just been single for a while. But I see a lot of forward movement happening for you. And yeah, like that's beautiful. Enlightenment. So yeah, definitely with this transformation card here and enlightenment, like you guys were just, this time of being single is really to help you enlighten yourself, to understand deeper layers of you, to unlock deeper layers of you, and to gain a better understanding of who you are, and to gain a better understanding of yourself. We then have Aqua Aura Quartz. with 6, and 6 is lover's energy. So like there could have been a relationship where there was like mirroring happening, or one where you have learned some really deep lessons through. And yeah, I just feel like this is like about learning yourself, coming back to yourself and honing in on your heart and your intuition, and tapping into your feelings. And then we have pink sapphire with 44. So some of you could have been seeing angel number 44 a lot. I feel like this could also be about igniting passions, but in general, like expressing your feelings and emotions is coming through. So we have thinking with the heart, which makes perfect sense. Being present, heart and mind connection. So I feel like that's something you guys are coming to, is like having this heart and mind connection. Meditation, the bliss of being, quieting the monkey mind, fathoming the unfathomable. So for some of you, maybe you felt like you weren't gonna have this love that you want. Maybe some of you wanted to manifest love or were trying to, and maybe if you didn't see any progress or anything happening, you may have given up or felt like you're not gonna, like that you're not gonna get anywhere and that you're not gonna get the love that you want. Or yeah, I feel like possibly some of you are feeling disappointed and that like it's not possible for you. But with this, I'm here to tell you that it actually is, and it's closer than you think. So it's very much possible for you. And we're going to find out what you need to do to help you along this journey. And I didn't feel called for pile 1 to take any blocks. I wasn't going to, and it's like not in the reading breakdown. But for you, I'm going to take a few tarot cards later on in the reading to see what blocks might be here. And maybe we'll get messages before then, who knows. Finding happiness within, going beyond intellectual limitation. Take a step outside your mind-based concerns or limitations. Looking at things in an overly logical way will hinder you and obstruct access to your superpowers. You may be transfixed by past experience. The past may be running you and making your mind spin so you cannot see what is really in front of you. Consider what your heart and your gut are telling you. Step back and clear your mind. Meditate in your own way. Contemplate what the situation at hand would feel like if you released all fears and worries. Are these concerns even yours? It's really time to step out of your mind. Maybe you've just been feeling a lot of like mental chatter and mental noise. And it's not letting you hear what your heart is trying to tell you. Heart-based presence. So definitely for many of you, this is about tapping into your heart space. Being vulnerable with yourself, learning what you want, understanding what you want in a relationship. Okay, grounding, finding home within yourself wherever you are. The body as a temple for the soul. Travel, finding family wherever you go. Occupying yourself, connecting to your unwavering infinite depths and the collective oneness. Maybe for some of you, you have this vision and this idea of a loving relationship, but you don't believe that you can actually have it. And that makes sense because I saw the Magician. So like really believing and having faith that you can manifest a loving relationship, a loving reciprocal relationship. Whatever you want, you can manifest it. And I feel like that's kind of the lessons and like the major thing that you're meant to be learning here is that like if your heart has a desire for something, you can manifest that in your reality. You can make that happen here in the physical. Maybe there's like impatience as well. Some of you could feel like this impatient energy, like when is this gonna happen? Kind of like going through impatience. And I feel like you're being called to actually be patient, to just kind of meet yourself where you're at right now. Self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning before the butterfly. And I felt that too, like the metamorphosis, being gentle on yourself, angelic embrace. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection, and insight will come. The shadows can be released and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the hilarious, ironic, divine perfection of it all. This card beckons you beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn and let your wings unfurl. I really feel that like you need to just express your emotions, let yourself feel, because for some of you, you might be so in your mind that you're not allowing yourself to feel, and it might be causing blockages in your relationships and your ability to manifest that relationship, because in order to manifest a loving, beautiful reciprocal relationship, you do have to be open to feeling. You do have to open your heart. You do have to be vulnerable. And that's okay. Like, at the end of the day, if somebody doesn't reciprocate that, or if somebody hurts you, like, that's on them. You can always heal and move forward. And you'll just learn something from it. You'll grow stronger through it. So we have going forward. When you receive this card, fertility and productivity, love, health, abundance, and fulfillment are ahead for you. Things are growing and expanding in your life. Keep going forward. Sometimes it may be easy to be distracted by what's occurring around you, but this card indicates that it is important to not let anything hold you back from increasing the bounty in your life. Step up and know that your needs will be taken care of. Your life is escalating and intensifying in the best possible way and for your highest good. Enlightenment occurs when one steps out of the confines of an ordinary definition of self and expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. If you want to read it, you can, because I don't feel like the sky's the limit. So you really have to like believe in your ability to manifest what you want. And I feel like that's what you're meant to be learning right now during this time. But also like, look at the bigger picture. Look at it from a bigger, like a higher perspective, that like this is just one small period of time in your life. Your life is so much more than just this. And yeah, this is important and it will happen in its own time, but like overly fixating on it and being so much in your head isn't gonna help you feel good. Like, it might even get you that relationship, but like at what cost is what I hear. Like, you may not feel that great, or maybe it's like it requires too much energy out of you. Now let's take, and I also feel definitely for some of you there's this intense need to ground, because I kind of get this like impatient energy of like and like a little bit of anxiety, so like anxious energy as well. So yeah, grounding exercises could be really helpful for you. Connecting to infinite potential, a renewed sense of purpose, wonder, and awe. There are 8 billion people on this planet, yet soulmates somehow find each other. That's crazy. Friends and lovers show up in the most unexpected places, and love makes itself known just as you are beginning to doubt that it is there for you. Which, with the fact that this is 6 with lovers energy, I feel like that makes sense. Some of you might have been drawn to pile 1 too. I just felt like mentioning that. Just as you're beginning to doubt that it is out there for you. Again, I felt that, like, you guys are in that doubt, but it's there. Become childlike with wonder. Believe in magic. Believe in the power of love to find its way to you, no matter how dark the hour. For love is everywhere, and you have not been forgotten. Open to the love that the universal consciousness wants you to feel in every cell of your body and every particle of your being. For you are the stuff of stars. Wow. I love that message. It's coming towards you quicker than you can realize. I feel like you just need to open up to expressing yourself and being open to it, really. Being open to the idea that it's there for you. Forgiveness, choosing to heal, acceptance, and letting go, soothing the heart. So much about the heart here, like everything about the heart. Embrace your power for healing now. says Pink Sapphire Spirit, and that means turning inward instead of concerning yourself with others at this time. Let go of any urge to go over all that went wrong or to relive the past. You deserve to feel joy, confidence, and faith. To do so, you must let go of the old stories and release the pain that is no longer serving you. Sometimes it lingers, so if you feel it coming up, let yourself experience it on its way out of you. Have a good cry, vent, get all that energy out of you, and then feel yourself filling up with the love and acceptance you deserve, coming to you courtesy of the love bearer, the conscious universe. Pink Sapphire Spirit is here to remind you that you are all you need to be. You are whole and beautiful, and the conscious universe knows how very strong you are. So for some of you, if you feel like you need to forgive somebody else, or you need forgiveness from somebody else, I'm hearing to give it to yourself and to go inward. Like that was a big theme for you. And before I even pulled your cards, I got that message of like healing and growth so you can gain clarity. Now that we've looked through all of that, and this is going to be a long reading, I already know it, so buckle up, pile 2. We're going to see who you are transforming into through this time of being single. And we got 2 cards here for you, and a lot more came out. Like every card was like flying out when I was shuffling for this. And I get the sense that with the Deer here, you're becoming more grounded, but you're also allowing your heart to be seen. You're coming out of the shadows, because the Hyena came out reversed. So you're coming out of the shadows. You're no longer afraid. And like who you're transforming into is somebody who can express their emotions and express their feelings and isn't afraid of them. You're really stepping into your heart space and just owning it and embracing it and like allowing people to see it. I also feel like you're coming into alignment with yourself and trusting your heart and your intuition. And like the big message that came up is like coming out of the shadows. You're no longer hiding how you feel. You're no longer wearing a mask. You're not putting on a show for anybody. You don't feel like you need to perform or do any of that. We have the Ace of Pentacles here. Like, I just get the sense that you're owning who you are. You're being confident in who you are. And even if somebody rejects you, like, that doesn't have anything to do with your self-worth. Like, this is huge that's coming up. If somebody doesn't like you back, that is not a reflection of you. Like, it's just simply not meant to be. And it allows you to learn and grow from that. But if you never actually expressed yourself to that person, you never told them how you feel, how are they going to know? How are you to know? So who you are transforming into is somebody who just expresses themselves without fear of the outcome. And because you know and you have this strong sense of faith and confidence in yourself that no matter what happens, you're going to be good regardless. Yeah, that's coming up huge. So now let's take your tarot cards finally. What are you being called to focus on at this time? What are you, pile 2, being called? Whoa. We have the Ace of Wands. So you're finding your soul purpose, finding your purpose in life. You're really being called to focus on your inner world, what's going on there. Shed some light into what's going on inside of you, like in your emotions, in your soul, what's going on deep inside of you, the things that nobody else sees, what's going on there. You're being called to explore that right now, to look into that, to dive into that, and to just focus on your light, focus on filling yourself up. And like, I hear a few different things. Focus on sparking your own light, focus on your intuition, and focus on sharing your light. But if you feel like you're still in this shadowy energy of like not wanting to be seen yet fully, then this isn't about focusing on sharing your light. This is focusing on sitting with your light. And your light is like your soul. That's what I like to see it as. Your light is your soul. When we see some people and they just radiate, like they just look like they have this inner glow, that's your light being expressed outwards. Right now, you're being called to like hone in on that, to tune into that, so that you can express that outwardly. Let's see, what else are you being called to focus on at this time? Pile 2, what are you being called? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, this could be focusing on your finances, up-leveling your finances, but also focus on healing, focus on this change, focus on the shift, the winds of change is what I hear. Focus on that. Things are changing in your benefit. So how can you focus your energy on embracing that change, on opening up to that change, on walking your soul's path, even if it's different, even if many things are changing? How can you open up to that? How can you focus on that change and allow it to like just kind of transform you and allow it to really closing doors to the things that no longer serve you and walking away from things that are not in alignment with you anymore, so that you can walk towards your own heart space and the things that feel aligned and feel like home. And just healing in general is coming up. So now let's see what lessons you're meant to be learning. The Two of Cups. So like, again, you're meant to be learning how to give and receive in relationships, how to be open and honest and vulnerable in relationships, how to balance your feminine and masculine energy as well, as something I'm hearing. But another thing that's coming up is like how to love yourself. You're really learning lessons on how to love yourself so that you can show up as the best version of you in relationships. And I get the sense that like for many of you, this is about expressing yourself. Like just go for it, express yourself, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, no matter how scary that is. Because relationships it's kind of fascinating with relationships, because they can actually be more scary than, jumping out of a plane or something like that. Like those things can seem easier in some cases than relationships. But I really feel like even if it's tough, even if it's challenging, you're really being called to express yourself right now. Is there anybody that you need to express your feelings to that you haven't in the past, or haven't expressed yourself to, that you want to, that you've kind of been holding back on out of fear of how they will react? I get the sense, open up, because you might find that that person is more receptive to what you have to say. And even if they don't, at least you gain some clarity. At least you can heal and move forward from that. All right, let's see one more card on what you're meant to be learning, what lessons you're meant to be learning right now. Thank you. Wow, we have the Three of Cups. So you're really meant to be learning a lot about like your emotions right now. You're meant to be learning lessons around your emotions, on how you relate to others, on embracing your emotions and your feelings. For some of you, or for many of you in this pile, I really get the sense that like you could have been like shunning your emotions or suppressing them, or just kind of like not really wanting to look at them, because it might feel a little scary for some of you to look at your emotions. But I really get the sense that like what you're being called to do, the lessons you're being called to learn during this time of being single, is to look at your emotions, is to embrace your emotions. They're part of you. Even if you don't want them to be, they're there to stay. They're not going anywhere. So you might as well learn to embrace it. Not allowing other people to get in your way, and not seeking external validation for your emotions. That was huge. You don't need to seek validation from others on how you feel. You are allowed to just feel how you feel, even if it doesn't make sense to others. So now let's take what is blocking a potential relationship from coming in. What are any blocks that pile 2 might be experiencing in love, romantic relationships right now? Can we get a card on what blockages? I have a feeling that we kind of already covered it. Ooh, yeah, definitely. Okay, this is too many, but we will look at them. We have the King of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Wands, along with the Nine of Wands. So I'm going to take the Nine of Wands because that's what I'm feeling. But with all of this here, I feel like the blockage is your mind not feeling worthy or deserving of a beautiful, loving relationship. It's almost like, also for some of you, a blockage could be that you may feel like you've hurt somebody in the past, or maybe you've been hurt by somebody in the past, and you don't know if you're worthy of that love and that relationship, or if you want to go through that again. And I get the sense that, like, with this coming up as a blockage, and the Nine of Wands talks about like protecting yourself and standing in your own strength, but when it comes as a blockage, it's kind of coming out reversed. So it's almost like you're too afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve. You're too afraid to put your heart out there out of fear of being hurt or rejected or abandoned or whatever. And I feel for you, pile 2, because that's something that I used to struggle with, definitely. And there was one specific relationship in my life where I really felt it was really hard for me to express to that person how I felt. And when in the past, I never did. And I still haven't, because I haven't actually gotten the opportunity to. But now the place that I'm at, it's like I've finally come to this place of being open and honest and willing to express myself, even if that other person doesn't reciprocate, because I understand that holding on to those feelings is not really good for me. It only hurts me. The other person doesn't even know, or maybe they know, maybe they don't know, who knows, but it just hurts me because I'm internalizing everything. But at least if I open my heart, there's a chance that that other person is willing to like come together, and that maybe they want to, have this connection. And then there's the chance that maybe they don't, but at least you've learned something. At least you've gained clarity. So a blockage for you is the Nine of Wands. It's like you're guarding your heart too much, and it's not allowing you to open up to relationships and have this beautiful and loving relationship. So now we're going to see who or what is coming your way with this deck. Who or what is coming pile 2's way. Who or what is coming to pile 2. With Aries at the bottom, this could be a fire sign, or an Aries, somebody who has a lot of passionate energy, or maybe you too had a lot of passionate energy. I'm hearing for some of you, maybe this is something of a situationship that kind of, like, it was a situationship in the past, but maybe you guys caught feelings, that happens. That could be coming your way. Let's see, pile 2, what is coming their way? Who or what is coming their way? Can we get one card? Alright, so we have Black Moon Lilith with Mystery, Grand Trine with Blessings, and Void of Course Moon Missing. So I feel like who's coming your way, this may not apply for all of you, but somebody that you've been like missing, that you miss having around, whose energy you miss, that could be coming in. But there's definitely huge blessings. Like the trine is the most beautiful aspect in astrology. It's like the strongest aspect. It's incredibly powerful. It brings so many blessings. So whoever this is that's coming your way is bringing you so many blessings. And I feel like you guys are, one, I feel like it's shrouded in mystery right now, almost because there's still this opening that needs to happen within you. Like you still need to open up your heart to this. And so that why can't I speak? That might be why it seems a little mysterious, or yeah, there's some mystery around it. But with Black Moon Lilith, it's about healing. It's about growth. It's about this deep transformation that may not be entirely roses and whatnot, but whoever this person is that's coming in, you're being blessed through this healing. So it's not going to be like a heartache healing. That's not what I hear. I hear this healing is going to be very liberating, very freeing. That the two of you are going to be opening up to each other and being very vulnerable with each other. And it may be very unlike anything you've ever experienced before, but it's bringing huge blessings for you. So let's also take one card from this deck to see what is coming your way. Grace, another 20, so judgment energy. I feel like this is not obviously going to apply for all of you, but for some of you, there's like definitely the majority of you, it seems like a past relationship is coming back. I heard situationship. This 3 here also kind of reminds me of the 3 of Cups. So maybe somebody that things were a little bit complicated with in the past. Something from the past is being resurrected. That doesn't mean that you have to, like, you don't have to go through with that if you don't want to, but I feel like there's some blessings that are coming through that if you are willing to open yourself up to it. Because maybe there's a lot of stuff in that past relationship that still needs to be said and still needs to be cleared. And possibly those things could be weighing on you right now. So I get the sense that, like, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you don't want to accept it, don't accept it. But maybe for some of you, be open to it. With grace, it's like who or what is coming in. I feel like more grace for yourself. Also, giving yourself grace that you're just learning and growing. Like, none of us are perfect. We're just trying our best. We're just trying to learn and grow however we can in these moments, right? Like, there is no guidebook to life. We just have to kind of like walk the path. We don't exactly know what's going to happen, but that's why we're always learning and growing. So give yourself grace. I feel like more grace is coming in. Whoever this person is, maybe they're also very like giving of grace and like hearing you out. And yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of beautiful blessings coming in your love life, in romantic relationships, but also in friendships too, because we do have the 3 of Cups here. There's a lot of blessings coming your way. You just like be open to it. Work on that. Even if it feels foreign, even if it feels scary, try it. You never know what's going to happen out of that. Let's get you some affirmations. Oh, this is the wrong way. What affirmations go? Okay. We have, I envision my highest self and start showing up as her, but that is irrelevant of gender. So start showing up as your highest self. Really ask connect to your highest self. Connect to your intuition. That was something we were hearing. And continue to affirm that you get to show up as your highest self. You are showing up as your highest self because you will naturally walk the path to getting there. Let's get one more. Thank you. Oh, I got 2 more. 3 seems to be pretty big here. So look up 3 energy, 3 in numerology. It says, my soul is infinite and divine. I release physical and emotional tension to create space for flow. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. If you're interested in booking coaching calls or tarot readings, my website is in the description box. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I really do hope that all these blessings, like you're able to embrace all these blessings. And I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. You've chosen the opalite crystal. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And before we get into your tarot cards, I have several different messages that came through. One, I feel like you guys have been going through this period of like transformation where you have been learning what you want in love and being more decisive. Because I get the sense that there may have been some confusion and some restless energy, and maybe you're still struggling with a little bit of restlessness and impatience when it comes to your love life, but I really strongly feel that you are starting to be much more decisive and much more sure of what you want and of the relationship you want in terms of romantic relationships and even relationships in general. But I really feel that you guys are becoming far more confident and sure of what you want in terms of romantic connections and relationships. And through this process, you have become much more confident and sure of yourself. You're no longer doubting yourself, because I felt like there was this doubt coming in, but it was a past energy. That was what I was feeling. So like, I feel that you guys have been doing a lot of work and overcoming that. And so now you are in this place of being much more sure and much more confident and no longer giving into that confusion and that impatience and that restless energy. I also get the sense that that there's like forward movement happening here. Even if you don't see it necessarily, I definitely feel there's a lot of forward movement happening. And that there's also a strong desire for a relationship, but that you're finally at this place where even if you have this strong desire, you're not going to just jump into relationship after relationship just for the sake of having a relationship, but rather you're far more committed to being patient and waiting for the right relationship. And in the meanwhile, pouring this desire into yourself, having fun, enjoying your life, and just living your best life. And there may still be some slight confliction on not knowing if you should put yourself out there, if you should start dating, or if you are doing that, if you should slow down and just kind of take time for yourself. But I feel like you're overcoming that very quickly. Like, it's the feeling I get for this pile is like you already kind of know, and so you're really like overcoming any struggles and very quickly making decisions to be like, okay, you know what, this isn't working, I'm going to pivot, or this is working and I'm going to stay the course. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up with you guys. And maybe for some of you, there may be internal or external pressures of like a timeline that you have to keep to or something like that, that might be causing this confliction or confusion. But regardless, I see you standing in your own power and firm in your decisions, whatever decision that is. Like, you're not allowing internal or external pressure to force you or to make you, like, push you into a direction you're not ready for. And you're just allowing things to unfold naturally. So now let's take a look at your oracle cards. And it's kind of interesting because when I was shuffling for your oracle cards, so many cards were coming out. They were just like flying out of the deck, and it was amazing to me. So I feel like you have options right now, even if, again, you don't see them, because many of the cards were coming face down. So I get the sense that, like, you may not necessarily see it, but you have a lot of options. So we have healing with 30. So yeah, definitely I felt like you guys have gone through a process of healing, and that might be why you're so much more sure of what you want, and you're not willing to just settle. That's the biggest thing coming through. You're not willing to settle. But yeah, definitely healing. And this could also be advice to continue doing your healing work. Continue to heal and up level and show up as your best self. Because you almost become very radiant and magnetic in this energy. We then have rhodonite. I'm going to look at the guidebook for this. We have pleasure and transformation, which is exactly what I was feeling for you guys. So continue to do the things that bring you pleasure and enjoyment, and working on your healing and transforming yourself. Healing, energy rebalance, energetic awareness, healing yourself and others, exploring healing modalities, Reiki, the chakra system, your unique and innate ability to heal, color vibration, soul sovereignty, auras, and the meridian system, aligning to the highest good and optimal health. So just focusing on your health, focusing on continuing your healing, exploring different things that you're called to explore, whatever those things is. Maybe sound baths, sound healing could be something, because that really is sticking out to me here. Expand the margins of your awareness, revisit the situation in question from a broader perspective or higher vibration with a focus on healing. This will help you decipher what is real and possible ways forward, and whether an issue is really a problem at all. This card can also signify the universal push that inspires you to explore your healing abilities, however that looks to you. So I feel like through this healing, it's bringing you the relationship that is best aligned with you and the relationship that you want. And if you just continue to do this healing work and continue to like focus on you and focus on being your best self, you'll end up finding that like this relationship comes in a lot quicker than you expect. 47 with rhodonite. I get the sense that like there is a relationship for you guys like coming in very soon. 47. Harmony in relationships, easily connecting with others, generosity, reciprocity, discovering hidden talents to share with others. So I feel like this healing is you healing your sense of self-worth. It's really you stepping into your true worth and knowing your true worth, and kind of like being much more aware of that, not settling. That was a message that came up before I even looked at any of these things, but not settling for things that are not in alignment with you and not actually what you want. You know, seeing and knowing your worth is really what's coming up. So we have pleasure. Savor your life, each and every part of it. Take pleasure in slowing down and experiencing each of your senses. Taste your food with full gusto. Inhale the sense of the world around you. Enjoy the colors and textures of your life. This is truly a stop and smell the roses card. Embrace your sensuality. Move in a languid way. Let pleasure be your password into every intimate part of your life. Allow your life to be less about being productive and more about enjoying each moment with verve. I don't know what verve is. And a radiant energy will flow through you in all directions of your life. Pile 3, I really get the sense that you guys are like on a massive like precipice of up-leveling and just enjoying your own presence and truly stepping into like this place of loving yourself, truly loving yourself. Maybe keeping some rose quartz on you might be helpful, because rose quartz is all about self-love. But also opal, this is opalite, but opal is like all about mental clarity. So that could be useful as well, like helping you gain mental clarity on what you want in a relationship if you're not sure yet. But for most of you, I feel like you guys are sure. Transformation. Blue butterflies could be significant. You may see a blue butterfly a lot. Maybe that's a symbol for you. This is a time for change, reinvention, or a rebirth into a new way of being. If you've been plodding along, this card suggests that you take measures to shift everything. Don't resist change. The blue color suggests a spiritual renewal or initiation. Transformation doesn't mean taking something old and remodeling it or rearranging a few things. It means becoming something completely different or doing something completely different. Change is often uncomfortable, but it is usually for the highest good. This is a very lucky card, and drawing this card can mean that a wish may be about to come true. Wow, pile 3, I was feeling that. I really feel that there's a significant relationship, like a romantic relationship, ready to come in for you guys. Just continue to do your healing work, continue to like pleasure yourself, enjoy your life, continue to transform. So this is who you are transforming into. Through this time of being single, we have the rabbit and the whale. So this is fire energy and water energy. I get the sense of learning how to balance your passions and your emotions, and also being able to express like your passionate desire in a relationship, as well as your emotional side. So for some of you, like, I'm getting the sense of like, if you were in a relationship before, it may have been imbalanced, where maybe you didn't fully allow your emotions to be expressed out of fear of how they may have been interpreted or how that person may react. But I get the sense that through this period of singleness, you're stepping into this position of being like, I don't care how the other person perceives me. I'm gonna express my emotions. I'm gonna say exactly what comes to me and how I'm feeling, and I'm gonna show them love how I express love, like in the sense of like, if I feel called to give them a hug, I'm going to do it. If I feel called to show them and express desire, I'm going to do it. Even if there's this like fear of, will the person reciprocate or will the person reject me? Like, you're not allowing rejection to hold you back is what I hear. You're not available to allow rejection to hold you back from having a healthy, happy relationship. And just expressing whatever comes to you. Like, you know, if you really feel like giving somebody a hug, you're going to do it. You're not going to hold yourself back anymore. You guys are coming to this place of being able to recognize that even if somebody rejects you, or even if somebody is not willing to reciprocate, you can move on and heal from that and still have what you desire. You get to still have the beautiful relationship you desire, even if, you know, the one person that you met isn't reciprocating. Like, that doesn't mean that you don't get to have the relationship. That just means that that person wasn't the right one for you. Desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. So also in relationships, you guys are diving deeper. You're not just living on the surface anymore. You guys are coming through this period of like, I'm going to dive to the roots. I'm going to get to the roots of this as quickly as possible, so we can really have that deep connection and see if we even have that deep connection. And if we don't, I'm going to move on. Like, there's plenty out there. I'm not going to settle for somebody who I don't have a deep emotional connection with. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, calm, steady, and deeply compassionate. Self-care is also here too. I'm not going to talk about the out of balance, because this is who you're transforming into through this period of singleness. And I get the sense that you're transforming into somebody who isn't afraid to express your emotions. Oops, I just passed it. Some of you could be starting a family as well with rabbit and whale. Who you're transforming into is somebody who's ready to start a family. If that applies, obviously. If it doesn't, don't take it. But being ready for commitment, being ready to settle down. It could also be that with rabbit, it's like you're no longer allowing fear of what the worst possible outcome to hold you back from experiencing a beautiful relationship. So now let's get into your tarot cards. We're going to look at what you're being called to focus on at this time. What is pile 3 being called to focus on during this time? Closing out your old cycles, the world, which is so perfect with healing and transformation here. So closing out any old cycles, really paying attention to any past patterns and cycles that you may have noticed coming up. Like, this is a time to really close those things out. Focus on closing those things out. Focus on healing through any past relationships, any past cycles, maybe cycles of codependency or cycles of fear of intimacy, cycles of fearing like commitment. And yeah, any past cycles, you're being called to focus on closing them out and doing this healing and clearing work. What else is, thank you. We have the 9 of Wands here. So focus on setting healthy boundaries so that you can express your needs and wants and desires, so that you can wear your heart on your sleeve without fear of being hurt. It's like you have those healthy boundaries. You know you can heal. You know you can do what is necessary to heal. And you're protecting your heart without like, you're setting the healthy boundaries so that your heart is protected and safe, but that doesn't hold you back from experiencing love, from experiencing any emotion and feeling that comes to your heart, even pain. Like, you're gonna experience it, but you're not afraid to experience it anymore. And that's what I feel like you're being called to focus on, is like not being afraid to experience pain, and just be willing to open your heart in relationships. And 3 of Wands, moving towards something better, moving towards something brighter, a brighter future. With the magnifying glass here, it's like knowing what you want, being focused on what you want, and and like really focusing on what you want in a relationship, what kind of relationship you want to have, who you want to show up as in a relationship. I get the sense of like moving forward. There's a lot of like, focus your energy right now on moving forward, on with the 2 wands here as well, on your passions, on what you desire in a relationship, on closing out the old things that didn't serve you, that didn't feel good, that don't feel good anymore, and just focus on what you desire. What does your heart desire? What does your soul desire? It's not even just your heart, like, what does your soul desire? That is what's coming through right now. And really focus on that. And with pleasure too, like, also focus on what brings you that pleasure, what fills that desire in you truly, and not just like temporary, that aren't truly fulfilling, but that just kind of give you a temporary relief. Like, let go of that and really focus on like, what is going to bring you long-term fulfillment. What is in alignment with you? What is your soul desire? Now let's see what lessons you're meant to be learning during this time of being single. What lessons is pile 3 meant to be learning during this time of being single? Do you see how like your cards are just going crazy? Like, it was just so, I love it. I love how much energy is in this pile. Like, there's just an uplifting energy, and I really love it. So we have Page of Cups here. The lessons you're meant to be learning is to mature in terms of emotional relationships, in terms of your emotions. The lessons you're meant to be learning is to explore your emotions, and also filling your cup, learning how to fill your cup, and learning how to like fill yourself with love, so you're not being codependent or relying on somebody else to fill you up with love. Like, you already have that love in you, so now you can pour into others. But another thing that I'm getting with the Page of Cups is the lesson you're meant to be learning is how to gain a better understanding of your emotions, how to mature in terms of emotional awareness, and like strengthen your emotional intelligence as well. What other lessons is pile 3 meant to be learning during this time? What other lessons is pile 3 meant to be learning? And I also, okay, so, wow. So the 10 of Swords here, with the lessons you're meant to be learning, it's like, how can you take these pains and turn them into victories? How can you free yourself from the pains of the past and recognize that maybe some of these pains were perception things, that they were in your mind, and your mind was creating so much like illusion that it was actually impacting your physical being. But also I get the sense of like, how can you free yourself from that? That is the lesson you're meant to be learning, is freeing yourself from any mental chatter, any mental noise, any mental weight that you've been carrying, any thoughts that no longer serve you, any thoughts, any limiting beliefs, any thoughts that are limiting, that are basically telling you like, no, you're not worthy of relationships, you can't get relationships, nobody's gonna love you, like those type of silly thoughts. They can sometimes seem so real, but they're just not, you know. And I feel like that's what you're meant to be learning here, is like, the lesson you're meant to be learning is to heal through these things, to free yourself from this type of mental anguish, is what I hear. And to really start to see your worth and how much is available to you in terms of love, and just opening yourself up by healing and by doing this inner work. It's like the lesson you're learning here is that it's safe for me to open up to love. It is safe for me to open my heart and to see what comes out of that. Let's see one more card. And actually, before I get into this, the fish was also calling out to me as well. And I get the sense of like taking new opportunities. So the lesson you're meant to be learning is like taking new opportunities, trying something new. And if you feel called to do something, doing it, not holding yourself back out of fear of doing that thing. One more card on what lessons. Yeah, the 9 of Swords, mental chatter. You're just meant to be releasing this mental chatter, knowing that it's heavy on you, and I can feel that, but like, you're really learning how to let that go, because you know you're worthy of a beautiful relationship, and you know you're not going to settle. So any thought that doesn't align with that, you're releasing it. And you're realizing that these thoughts are what's been keeping you trapped, because the reality is that it's only in your head. They're not real. And some of you might be working through triggers as well. One of the lessons you may be learning here is to work through your triggers. Anything that's triggering you, anything that's making you feel like annoyed, angry, or just hurt, you're working through that. You're learning more about that. You're diving deeper into that. You're exploring that. You're not just letting that stew in your energy, but you're exploring that and releasing it so it doesn't get trapped in your energy. Now we're going to see who or what is coming your way. Who or what is coming pile 3's towards pile 3. Who or what is coming towards pile 3? Ooh, I love this. We have Jupiter return, benefits, and part of fortune increase. Like with 45 too, 45 is a 9. It breaks into a 9. So with this 9 of Swords here, it's like through learning this lesson, your fortunes are increasing. This reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to actually look at the guidebook for this. But I get the sense that like benefits increase, fortune, like things are going well for you, pile 3. Through this time, like who or what is coming towards you, it's a beautiful reciprocal relationship, one that benefits you and the other person. I get the sense that also like outside of relationships too, just your self-love is increasing. You're seeing your worth, and I just feel like you're entering this period of time of like bliss and plenty, like abundance. 45, part of fortune increase. Let's look at inherent talents, the gifts one is born with, what comes easily, what is natural. So I feel like this relationship is just going to feel so natural. The corresponding tarot card is the 10 of Pentacles, and that talks about like a happy ending, you know, like a family, joy in connections and connections with your family. So I get the sense that like for some of you, this is building a family with this person who's coming in. Like it has the potential to build a family. And it's going to feel like very natural and very like, you're going to feel very at home, and just like things are just kind of flowing. Like the flow is there. Instincts, perception, desires. You're going to desire this person a lot, and they're going to desire you too. Success, gains, having your needs provided for, the gifts of childhood, family issues, cycles. Yeah, you're definitely ending any family issues and cycles. These cycles are ending, and good fortune is coming your way. I get this sense of like you're overcoming this fear of failure. You're no longer taking on more than you can handle. You're finding that balance in relationships and within yourself, and this anxious energy is kind of like dissipating, because I did feel this anxious energy when I tapped in, but I felt it like it was a past energy, and you're moving on from that. Let's see, destiny and fate. So for some of you, this could be like a destined relationship, like a soulmate type. The crazy thing is, for at least 2 of these piles, I felt that soulmate energy. And maybe it's just like, you know, this could be that people are connecting to their soulmates more during this time. I don't really know, but it has been very interesting to see that come up. Let's see, 49. Jupiter returns, benefits. The Chariot, so forward movement is, so definitely the Chariot is associated with Cancer energy, but don't quote me on that. That's what I'm pretty sure it's associated with. So anyways, a Cancer sign might be significant. Maybe you are a Cancer sun, moon, or rising, or you have a significant Cancer placement. Your 7th house could be in Cancer, or your Venus could be in Cancer as well. So take what resonates, but this is about positivity, openness, seizing the moment, rising to the call. By the way, I don't think I mentioned the 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles are associated with the earth sign, so Taurus. Why am I blanking on this? Oh, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I can't believe I forgot Virgo. But so the person that is coming in could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, or have their Venus or 7th house in one of those 3 signs. Anyways, or maybe that's you. Maybe you have that. Positivity, openness, seizing the moment, rising to the call, preparation for great opportunities, being a success, grand achievements, significant improvements in money matters, new love or revitalization of old romances or relationships. Wow. Signposts to the future and all the possibilities it may bring. Happier times, alignment with the soul's calling, drawing the finances you need. Maybe for some of you, paying attention to your health could really be important during this time, and making sure you're taking care of your health. And your mental health, especially with all this swords energy here. So taking care of your mental health. I just feel like, yeah, whoever's coming in this time period too, what's coming in for you is definitely a lot of like good luck, good fortune, blessings. Let's also take a tarot card to see. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's take one card from this deck to see who or what is coming towards pile 3. Who or what is coming towards pile 3. Whoa. I'm not going to take all of these, but we have abundance here, success, courage. So whoever this is, you could become more courageous. That's so interesting. Right when I was saying that, a flash went off to my right, sorry. And I feel like this person could inspire you to be courageous and make a courageous move, or there's like a deep courage coming in. You're just like also shining, like this person that's coming in, you could feel like the both of you together are like shining and glowing, like you could feel revitalized. Wow. We have passion here, which so whoever this person is, you feel very passionate towards them. They feel very passionate towards you. There's like a strong, passionate connection, and you could be learning more about them. You could be more open to learning about them, and just open to learning something new. Maybe you're learning something new by meeting them. Maybe they're interested in things that you never heard of, and you're learning about those things. So can we see who or what is coming towards? Thank you. We have prosperity. Yeah, this relationship that's coming in is truly allowing for you. It's not that the relationship is allowing for you to prosper, because I feel like you're doing that already, but I just feel like this relationship is a prosperous one, and that you're benefiting a lot from this relationship, and that both of you are benefiting from it. So let's see any tarot cards for who or what is coming towards pile 3. Who or what is coming towards pile 3 in terms of love? I kind of get the sense of seeing who or what is coming towards you in a month from now. So who or what is coming towards pile 1 month from now? Temperance, so a balanced and reciprocal relationship. Maybe if this isn't actually a person, this is you balancing your energies and alchemizing, like we were saying with this work, this inner work and healing, like alchemizing your pains to victories, to gains, to blessings. Temperance, what is temperance associated with? So temperance is actually associated with Sagittarius. I had to look that up because I didn't know that. I can never remember all of the associations, but I also saw that it's associated with Jupiter. So, I mean, Jupiter has also been changing signs, I feel like. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you watch this. But, yeah, there's more balance here. This person who's coming in is far more balanced. In a month's time, in terms of your romantic relationships, you're going to see more balance and more reciprocity. Even if that person doesn't necessarily come in within a month, you are balancing your energies. And music could be symbolic as well, because I was hearing music. So let's get one card to see who or what is coming in for pile 3. Who or what is coming in for pile 3 in love? I feel like you guys, some of you might have a feeling of knowing who or what. Wow. Okay, so a Gemini could be significant because the Lovers is associated with Gemini. There is somebody coming in very quickly, and it's going to feel like I was mentioning the soulmates type of energy. It's going to feel like very connected, very aligned, and you may even notice that you guys have mirrored energies. So maybe like your past seem to have mirrored energies. You know, if this is new, if this is somebody from the past, you may have noticed mirroring with this person. But also I get the sense with this Lovers card that somebody from a different background is coming in. Somebody who has a different upbringing, somebody with a different like cultural background, or just their background may be very different from yours. And that could be why we saw studying, where it's like you're learning about new things by being in this relationship and through meeting this person. But definitely somebody's coming in really quickly for you. The Eight of Wands is a very fast card, so they could be a Gemini, they could be a Sagittarius. Maybe they have significant Gemini or Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising placements, or other Venus placements, 7th house. But yes, now we're going to take your affirmations. I love this for you, Pile 3. Somebody is definitely coming in strong here, and there's a beautiful relationship unfurling. Your advice is to continue healing, continue to do the work that you've been putting in, continue to up level and just transform. What affirmation can we get for Pile 3? Affirmation for Pile 3. I find strength in the silence. So for some of you, sitting in silence could be beneficial right now. Meditating, I think we saw that in one of these cards too. Meditating, sitting in silence. My big vision is the sum of all the small steps I take each day. So like just taking baby steps towards your healing, continuing to put in that effort, just being decisive too, and taking action from that decisive place. All right, let's just take one more to end this reading off. Optimism, remaining optimistic. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies, and the ocean be beautiful, mysterious, wild, and free. So just continue to enjoy your life and go out there and have the experiences that you want. Remain optimistic in your love life, because somebody is coming in real quick. Okay, it's about to shake things up, and this could be a person from the past, but this could also be a new person, depending on your situation. I also want to mention that I feel like self-care will be really big during this time. I feel like your spirit guides are really calling you to make sure you take care of yourself, keep hydrated, and just make sure you take care of your health. And there was something else that was coming in. Oh, I just felt so much like fiery energy, just like a surge of energy. When I started your reading, or when I started to shuffle your cards and pull your cards, and I tapped into your energy, I was feeling this like apprehension, or like this confliction and restlessness. But like I said, it felt like it was a past energy, and I definitely feel like that's being confirmed, because as I moved through your reading, I felt lighter and lighter, and just much more like fiery and energized, and just like I was just started to get more and more excited for this reading. And I feel like that's symbolic for what's happening in your love life. It's like, yeah, you were at this place where maybe you felt restless and like disheartened maybe, or even just like you were going through your healing process. But now, and maybe like as you move through this healing process, if depending on what stage of healing you're in, you're gonna notice things to start ramping up, and like the energy is just gonna feel so much more alive and so much more like passion driven, and you're just gonna start to see like things unfolding rapidly for you. Pile 3, I genuinely loved your reading, and your spirit guides, they love you. They're looking out for you. They're keeping you protected, as well as what I hear, while you go through your own transformation and healing before they bring this person in. But I see that this person is coming in real quick. So be ready, stay ready for that. Create space for that as well. That's another advice. I feel like some of you are already doing that. But anyways, I'm going to stop rambling because I feel like I feel like you're in a good place, pile 3. That's all I'm getting for your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. If you're interested in booking coaching calls or tarot readings, check out my website in the description box. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye.